Hello everybody, so we continue our videos about the macromolecules and we are going to talk about the lipids. So, what are the lipids? Well, lipids are the macromolecules that are mostly hydrophobic or amphipathic and are made from the fatty acid monomers. I know this definition is confusing, but as we go on, it will become much more clearer. First group of the lipids are the storage fats, which mostly consist from the triglycerides, which primarily consists from the glycerol group and the fatty acid molecule. They are called the storage fats because they can be utilized as an energy source and they can generate 3 times more ATP than glucose, and it happens in the mitochondria. As we mentioned before, it consists from the glycerol and the fatty acids. And now we will explore more about the fatty acids. So, what are they? So, they are the very simple structure which mostly consists from the carboxyl group, many repeating CH2 groups, and in the end we have the CH3 group. And these through carboxyl groups we can assemble into the triglycerides with this reaction. Now, if we take the glycerol molecule and the 3 fatty acids, as you can see, on the glycerol molecule we have the hydrogen groups, while we have the hydroxyl part of the carboxyl group. And as such, when we merge those together, we can get 3 dehydration reactions, which is also called the esterification reaction, and in the end we can get the triglycerides and 3 water molecules. And also, fatty acids can be differentiated into the two groups, which is called saturated or unsaturated. Saturated fatty acids have all of the hydrogens bound to the carbon atoms, so they do not have any kind of the double bonds. Now, in unsaturated fats, we have the double bond, which causes a fatty acid molecule to bend. After that, we can continue to the second group of phospholipids, which is also phospholipids. And they, instead of the third fatty acid, the triglyceride is attached to the phosphate group, and after that, a head group. So, where is this used? These phospholipids have very important trait that they are amphipathic, meaning that they consist from the hydrophilic part, meaning that it is attracted by water, and it consists from the glycerol, phosphate, and head group. And meanwhile, it also has a hydrophobic tails, a hydrophobic part, which mostly consists from the fatty acids and is repelled by the water. So if we put the hydrophobic molecules into the water, they will aggregate. And as such, this kind of the structure is perfect for assembling certain structures, such as plasma membrane. For example, when it is made from the saturated fats, it is solid at the higher temperatures because it can actually have this very nice crystal structure where everything is aligned perfectly because these phospholipids have a straight legs. But when it is made from the unsaturated fatty acids, as you can see, we have lots of gaps because with these bendings they cannot fit tightly. As such, at the temperatures where at some temperatures they would be not very solid and very fluid as compared to the plasma membrane, which is made from the saturated fatty acids. And this structure is very excellent at doing its job because with amphipathic parts from the both sides, with hydrophilic parts from the both sides, it can actually repel and contain 2 separate bodies of water, for example, cytoplasm from the extracellular space. And the third major groups are called sterols. So sterols are mostly lipid compounds which is made out from the 4 carbon rings, and one of the most popular sterol is called cholesterol, which has many different roles into the organism. For example, cholesterol can actually regulate the plasma fluidity by inserting itself through the gaps made by the unsaturated fatty acids, and it can actually make a plasma membrane much more solid on the higher temperatures and much more fluid at the lower temperatures. And it can also be made into the hormones and vitamins, such as, for example, a testosterone, which is mainly used to affect many different parts of the body. And in the end, we get to the conclusion. So, lipids are the macromolecules that are mostly hydrophobic or amphipathic and are made from the fatty acid monomers, as we mentioned before. Lipids can be used as a very effective energy source since they can make 3 times more ATP than glucose molecules. Lipids can create structures such as plasma membrane, which can separate 2 different compartments. And lipids can serve as hormones or vitamins to regulate processes into the organism. Thanks for watching and see you soon.